Amara Nwoke was born in Nsukka, Enugu State, a bright, sharp-tongued, strong-willed girl whose smile warmed rooms and whose spirit attracted people like light attracts moths. She grew up in a modest home, the first daughter of a school teacher and a petty trader. They didn't have much, but they had joy, and it shaped her heart. At 19, she met a boy whose presence changed everything. His name was Chike Obasi. Skinny, soft-spoken, with rough palms from working at the mechanic workshop beside the junction. His life was a catalogue of hard knocks, but his heart was pure as gold. Their love began on an ordinary Tuesday afternoon. Amara was rushing for school, her nylon bag nearly tore, when she slipped slightly on the dusty path. Chike caught her by the arm, steadying her. "Sorry," he whispered shyly. She laughed. "You sef, eh? Do I look like somebody that needs rescue?" But her smile lingered. Days later, she found excuses to pass by the mechanic shop more often, and he always looked up the moment he sensed her presence. Love sneaked up on them slowly, but deeply. As days passed, their relationship became the kind that melted hearts in Nsukka. People teased them, lovebirds, Romeo and Juliet, husband and wife. But they didn't care. They took evening walks along the dusty roads, sharing roasted corn and groundnuts. They sat on the low fence outside Amara's house, talking about dreams bigger than their pockets. Chike always said, "One day, I will open my auto repair garage and I will make you proud." And Amara would reply, "I don't need you to be rich, Chike. Just don't stop trying. Your efforts will see the light one day." But things weren't easy at all. One day, Chike's father died during their third year together. Bills fell on him like heavy rain. His siblings depended on him. He had to drop out of school because he had no support coming from any angle. His workload doubled, even tripled, and suddenly, effort wasn't enough anymore. The more Chike struggled, the more Amara felt the weight of being with him. She felt oppressed in school. Every day, she watched her friends wear better clothes, use better phones, iPhone to be precise, and most of them, who dated rich Yahoo guys, even traveled to tourist countries on holidays. They mocked Amara behind her back. See her, Amara and her mechanic husband. She wants to marry for love. She can laugh in her tricycle while we laugh in our Lamborghini. Ha ha! Another girl pointed at her, whispering, "She dey suffer love syndrome. This one is in love oh." But the day that changed everything was the day Amara's slippers tore in a lecture hall. She laughed it off, but by evening, the shame started creeping in. She realized she wanted more, not necessarily luxury, but just comfort. Something that Chike, with all his good intentions, could not provide for her at the moment, no matter how hard he tried. Love was still there, but poverty had started whispering in her ears. Richard Kalu entered her life like a bright light through a dusty window. It was at a youth empowerment seminar. Richard was tall, calm. He had a gentle smile, wearing a crisp blue shirt and a wristwatch that cost more than her father's salary for a year. When he spoke on stage about entrepreneurship and personal growth, everyone listened. But it was when he approached Amara afterwards that her breath caught. "You asked a brilliant question," he told her. "You have presence, and I like that." Presence. Nobody had ever used such a word on her. That night, he asked for her number, and she gave it, not because she was looking for love, but because it felt flattering. Their first date was at a restaurant she had never entered before, and to her greatest surprise, their first gift exchange was an iPhone she didn't expect. Their first week together showed her a life she had never seen before or tasted, but had always dreamed about. And that was when the real trouble began. Amara didn't intend to betray Chike, but the more she spent time with Richard, the richer her ambitions grew, and the poorer Chike looked beside them. She still visited Chike, still hugged him, Amara still told Chike that he was the love of her life, but the reality now was that the rich lifestyle she enjoyed was slowly stealing that love away. The day Chike bought 2,000 naira suya and came to surprise her at her lodge, she stepped out of Richard's Lexus in a beautiful short black dress. Chike was speechless. Amara, where are you coming from? And who is that guy behind you? She couldn't speak. Her shame answered for her. Richard stared at Chike as if he were invisible. Chike held the nylon of suya tighter. It tore open. Pieces fell to the ground. That night, Chike cried in his small tight room. He cried for a woman he loved. His heart broke that night, but Amara didn't see it. 2 months later, she broke up with Chike, but she couldn't help but run into his arms in secret. They kept having an affair, and of course, behind Richard's back. Amara spent weekends at Chike's little apartment, and when Richard called or texted her, she would lie that she went to sleep over at an auntie's house, a cousin, or even sick grandmother in the village. And surprisingly, Richard believed her every lie. She told herself it was closure, but closure does not involve trembling hands and warm embraces. Whenever she lay beside Chike, she felt safe. Whenever she walked beside Richard, she felt elevated. These two were completely different worlds. She wanted a taste of both. Amara, we have to end this. Remember, you broke up with me. For what reason? I know you are ashamed of me. No, Chike, please don't say that ever. I can never be ashamed of you. You know you are my world. I want you. You can't keep doing this. If he's what you want, then stop playing with fire, Chike said sharply. That night, Amara lay awake, staring at the ceiling, different thoughts running through her mind. How could she choose when her heart longed for both men? But Amara should have known that Richard was no fool. He literally had eyes and ears on the streets, telling him of her every move and how she spent most nights at her ex's. But being a tough guy he was, Richard refused to rat her out. He played along with her every game and lies, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. A moment that would break Amara, even hurt her more than she would ever know. And so, one cool evening, as they cuddled, watching a movie series on the television, Richard popped a question that left Amara shaking. Are you cheating on me? He asked, looking at her sternly, not blinking an eye. Why would you think that? He grinned wildly. It's nothing, just wanted to know. He smiled a bit first, then stood up and headed to the bathroom. Amara sat in silence for over 20 minutes, wondering where that question was coming from. I hope he doesn't find out the truth though, else I am cooked, she whispered to herself. Richard was very good at playing the pretend game, even better than Amara. He still took her to fancy restaurants, bought her expensive designer bags and gold earrings. Thank you, darling. I love you so much. Mwah! Amara jumped on him out of excitement. Richard said to himself, this was no love. She only wants what I have to offer. I am no fool, and I will strike where it hurts most. Months passed. 2 years down the line, their relationship thrived. Amara continued living the double life, fooling herself and both men, playing the perfect innocent lady who deserved nothing less than the good life. And that fateful day approached, a day that changed everything. Richard proposed to her greatest surprise, with roses, candles, soft music. Her yes echoed through the restaurant like a victory. Yes, Richard, I will be your bride. She jumped on him excitedly. Photos, glamour, social media, excitement. Her friends stood beside them screaming. Some were obviously envious of her. But that same night, in her cozy soft bed, she texted Chike. I don't know why, but I miss you, Chike. Everything spiraled after that. Their little affair continued. It was dangerous, bitter and sweet, emotional, forbidding. She couldn't help but yearn for him more each passing day. A week to the wedding, she went shopping with the event planner, picking her favorite colors for every decoration: pink, white and yellow. Amara chose the most expensive wedding dress, the best makeup artist. Her baker was the most sought after in the whole of Lagos. She paid extra, spent lavishly even for things she wouldn't be needing on her big day. All she wanted was for her special day to be one to remain in mind for years to come. She even video called her two besties. "Ah!" Ella shouted. "See Amara oh! Babe, you are seriously glowing. What is the name of that your face cream again?" Amara laughed loudly, flattered. "Babes if you see how big this event planner center is, omo, I can't even decide on which gown to choose. Help me pick your favorite please oh." She grinned widely. "Take the V-necked one now, with a straight cut." Her other friend Chisom cut in sharply. "No now, I don't even like that one at all." The girls giggled. The wedding morning was beautiful. White drapes, soft violins, guests whispering blessings, photographers everywhere. The entire church was filled to the brim. It was the biggest wedding they had witnessed in Nsukka in quite a while. Mothers, cousins, sisters, uncles, all dressed in their best party wears, sat gracefully, chattering happily. It was truly a massive wedding. Phones were up, recording everything. Her mom and dad sat at the front row, the proud parents of the beautiful bride. Amara walked down the aisle, glowing, thinking she had finally secured everything she ever wanted in life. Her groom, Richard, stood at the altar, calm, expressionless. She didn't see the storm hiding behind his eyes. The priest began the mass, saying blessings. Then it was time to exchange vows. "Do you, Amara, take Richard to be your lawfully married husband, to stand by him through everything?" "Yes, yes, yes, I do, Father." The entire congregation applauded, and then the priest turned to Richard. "Do you, Richard, take Amara to be your lawfully married wife, to stand by her through everything, in good and bad, sickness and health?" There was thick silence. Richard stood still. "Do you, Mr. Richard?" The priest asked again. "This wedding is off. I know what you did, Amara. Go back to your lover. I am not a fool." He dropped the ring, turned and walked away. Gasps filled the hall. Whispers, cameras flashed. There was chaos. Amara's bouquet fell from her hands. Her legs trembled. Her mother screamed her name. She collapsed on the altar. The entire internet heard about it even before she woke up. Her entire world ended in one public blow. Shame washed over her life like flooding rain. Her friends vanished. Her family struggled to forgive. Her social media turned into a battlefield. And Chike, he didn't return to her. He respected love, but he also respected himself. Amara moved to a small room in Ajegunle. She started working in a tailoring shop, earned little but learned the value of humility. She stopped chasing love. Pain grew her and time humbled her. One Saturday morning, as she passed a cafe shop, she saw Richard. He looked healthy, peaceful, with a calm maturity. "I'm not here to beg," Amara said softly. "I just came to say thank you for leaving when you did." He nodded, forgiving her, but love was gone, replaced by calm maturity. Later, she visited Chike. He had finally opened his auto garage. His dreams had come true, slowly, painfully, but honestly. They sat under a mango tree where they once shared roasted corn and groundnuts. "I'm sorry, Chike. I'm so sorry," she whispered. Chike looked at her, not with anger, not with love, but with closure. "I hope you find what you are looking for, what you couldn't find in me," he said calmly. And that was the day Amara understood. You can lose love, you can lose money, but the greatest loss is losing yourself while chasing what you think will make you whole. Thank you for watching. This is African Folktales by Vivy, and I hope you enjoyed this story. Kindly share your thoughts about this story with me in the comments. I would love to hear from you, bestie. What lesson did you grab? Kindly share this powerful tale with your friends and family. Please give this story a like, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel by now, please do so immediately. Much love from Vivy to you. Until you hear from me again, bye-bye. Bye.